All right. I thought I had a pin chest up, but evidently I don't. So I guess I will shoot a chest shoot without playing my pin chest. I guess that's the deal. I'm in a playing mood. Play for about 30 minutes or so. Get one started. We'll get the see what I got in my prism chest today. See what I got here. I'm getting close to the Hornet. I think I only need like 2 more times in the prism chest, and I got the Hornet maxed out. The Hornet. Hey, I just got it maxed out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You saw it right here. You saw it first. Getting the club card maxed out. Oh my gosh, this is a big upgrade right here. This is a like in any scenario of what they were going to do with the club cards. I wanted to make sure that we could use club cards to do stuff on certain clubs, and like the number one club would be the Hornet to get it to 100%. So this is one of those watch out what you wish for, because I've been playing the Hornet for 2 years at 1.1, 1.9, 2.2. And if I hit upgrade right there, it's going to go to 1.0, 1.75, 2.0. So it's going to change the numbers on my Hornet, and they've been the same forever. So that's a big step. All right, we're getting 100% accurate Hornet right here. Getting the rest of the top spin. That's what I'm talking about. So in my accurate bag, I can ring. I've got 4 100% accurate clubs at the top. So like it's truly an accurate bag, and my Spitfire is pretty damn accurate at 65, and it'll get to 100. My Nirvana is pretty accurate at 100. That Rapier is pretty accurate. I think it's at 85, 87. Getting close. All right, let's go pick a ball. I'll scare my opponent with that Kingmaker. Let's see if we can go out there and get it done in T7 and mop up on some of these people that are down here. Everybody's playing T7, so you got a bunch of people that normally play T9 can get down here and get live action. If you're an ex-master, you can go down if you're playing down there. So even the masters, even people that are playing up in Tour 10 and 11 can probably drop down today or this week and get live action in Tour 7. This is a great hole right here. I'll do the max overpower hook shot on this one. I always go to the right. I know the shot going straight forward. In my lower level account, I play the shot going straight forward. You got a great second shot. It's just tricky to get out there. You got to right up against this line right here, and then you need to put in a little bit of curl in order to bring it back to this fairway. If you started off in the middle of this fairway, it's difficult to do that. You've got to kind of you got to weave and bob it over there. If you have your Nirvana in your bag, it doesn't matter whether you get out there in the rough. It's been so long since I hit the max overpower hook shot on this hole, I'll have to remember how to do it. And my opponent spotted me a shot, so because there is no coming back from over there. Let's be a douchebag. Let's bring out a Titan. Let's go for it. Let's switch this up and let's see what an extra mile 9 can do. I haven't done this with an extra mile 9. Somewhere in this neighborhood over here. 3-6. There's 3-6. And I didn't quite get all of it. If you get all of it, you get a better bounce in the middle when you get all of it, because you're going, it's like in the trough. If you're down here, if you're out on the edge, it seems like you get a little bit better bounce and you can get over there. It's hard to do. Well, maybe it's maybe from the Ricky tees you can get over. From the pro tees, I might have to bring out a bigger ball, but you can do that max overpower hook shot right there. You can do a rock and a max curl shot, or a QB and a max curl shot, and you'll end up out in this front area. But it doesn't really matter where you end up out there, rough or whatever. You can still get on the green. Depending on which way the wind's blowing, I'll be able to do a rough bump. I might be a little far back. If I can't do the rough bump, I'm going to come at it from the right, or excuse me, from the left. All right, I got enough room to do the rough bump. Which way is the wind blowing? Whew. That's a rough way for the wind to be blowing. There's a little bit of a backboard right here. So we can engage that backboard. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So it's 4.5 rings. Anticipation. Anticipation. The deal is that you can hit that shot up there, and I go for it every time. I go for it to try and get over to the other fairway, and I've only made it over to the other fairway like 3 times, and it wasn't really that good of a shot, but I was able to do the rough bump. You're in your short iron. But the deal is that's a 100% guaranteed get up there and get your eagle, and you have a shot at Albie. If you lay up out there in the fairway where my opponent was trying to get, you can you have a pretty good shot from there coming in. It's not as open as the shot from the other side, but I think that rough bump is a pretty decent way to go at it. I win a lot of games just out on the course here because my opponent does some epic fail. Dun 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 dun. Don't mess around with me on that hole. Come on, man. Come on, Tony. Let's replay there. Q dog golfers. Let's roll, dude. Come on, man. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Got some game. Thought I was going to have to start smack talking here. Sunshine Glades, hole 3, par 5. I don't remember this hole at all until I get on it. All right, I remember this hole. Any bag will work. Any bag, any bag. I think I've got a Guardian in my Apocalypse bag. Which way's the wind blowing? Of course, we're getting headwind. We've had headwind on here the last 3 or 4 times I played this hole. Extra mile works better. I'll bring my extra mile. I've got more topspin on it. I don't have my Apocalypse to level 5 yet. I'm on the long, hard 50 card deal to get my Apocalypse to level 5. I'm really only getting them like in weeks like this where I'm playing Tour 7, or I'm getting them in the club card trading, so it's just 3 at a time. You very rarely, well, it just depends. Every person's different, like what your odds are. Like some people just seem to get lucky and they get them more often in their pin chest or in the golden shot. I don't think I've ever gotten one in the golden shot. And everybody's like, yeah, that's a great place to get your Apocalypse. No, it isn't. Switch to a Marlin. Marlin. 2, 4, 6, 8. Hey, who do we appreciate? One ring great to the left. Da-da-da-da. It's going to be right over there by the sand. That freaking sand moved my thing and screwed my wind adjustment up. So I don't like to move over sand unless I can help it. Should have brought a club with more side spin, or excuse me, more curl. I think I can get up from there. I'll have to do the bounce over, but I can get up from there. I can recover, as it were. As long as I can get over the green side, I can give myself a shot at it. I think I'm okay. Maybe. It might be wishful thinking. My opponent is not going to get in the hole. So I got a shot at it. All right, let's see if I can dig myself out of this. Fairway to green. This was not fairway to green. Definitely going to be the over the trap shot. Okay, it's going to push me forward 2, 4, 6, 8. It's going to push me forward all the way to the front of my ring set. And then it's going to drop down to the hole. So I'm just going to leave the wind in. Let the wind do the work for me. Isn't it perfect? And this hole drops back down, or it'll sit up on that ledge. That'll be fine. That will be fine. Could have put a little bit of curl in there, but I didn't want to introduce anything to the shot. Just getting up there and giving yourself that opportunity was more important than getting greedy. When you're recovering, you're abandoning all hope of doing the stuff and you're just getting back in play. Sometimes you're hitting in a rough, like on the previous hole, I was hitting into a rough spot that I knew I could get on. And you actually have just as good a chance. It's just the needle's going a little faster. And sometimes you're just trying to recover. And that right there was just trying to recover. That was every single bit of what a Spitfire has. And you wouldn't have been able to get that done with any other club. That's why a Spitfire is in my bag. I very seldom ever find it wanting on short holes, but I definitely find it wanting in a hole like this where you had to get some distance. It's never wanting. It always steps up to the plate. If you can't get it done with a Spitfire, it couldn't get done with a sand wedge. That's the deal. And a Spitfire has tons of topspin, so if you're close to the green, you can run it out just like a rapier. Let's see, what club am I in? Sniper. Which way's the wind blowing? Do a 40% wind adjustment. I'm going to do a 30%, so it's 9, so that's 2, 7. So that's 9, 10, 11, 7. There's 5. There's 11, 7. I'm going to run out of time. I can't believe that I got that off. In bed?
Is that your chair?
Chair. You want me to come out of here, or do you want me to? I'll come back in the house. I'll come back up and watch him. Okay. That was an epic fail right there. I didn't see what it did. My wife came out here to talk to me. I didn't see what it did, so I didn't see how it responded, but it was an epic fail. The way that wind was blowing, every way the wind's blowing, there is a little bit of a trick on this. And I got to remind myself, remember what the trick is. The deal is that from the pro tees, hitting from the pro tees versus hitting from the back tees, it's hard to get a grip on where that ball is up there. I know that if I came on this hole, I would bring a bigger ball so I could set that shot up better. And I bring a Guardian. And it'd only take like 1 or 2 times of hitting it, and I'd know. The problem right there was, and I was in Max Club. I did a Max ring and a ring adjustment with 30%, and it looked like I hit hit back, at least from where I landed. I dug too much in the rough. So the way the wind was blowing, I actually over pulled it, over pushed it. I think we're even 1-1. Look at that. Good game. Game, buddy. Let's check you out. 7,900 games. I can't believe that there's no banners there. Are they in an expert? They're in an expert clan. This is a sniper hole, unless you want to bring out a big enough ball that you can try and get on in one. How much time we've been recording? 15 minutes. Got plenty of time. In the drink. That is the in the drink graphic. For me, this is a sniper hole. You don't have to worry about the wind. Not in that scenario. The wind's going with us. Just lay it up. See if my opponent wants to bring out another. They're bringing out a bobble ball, which is a 2-power ball. It's a 2-power low wind, right? 2-power 5 wind. What a waste of a ball. Jeez. I'd forfeit this match just to get these 2 balls. I would love it if there was a forfeit button to get your ball. They'll never do that, but it would be cool if they did. In the bunker. Five, 7. There's 5. There's 7. Hit a 1 ring great to the right. Excuse me, the left. Yo, left. My opponent has a level 1 Spitfire. And they've played as many games as they've played. What is the deal? I don't really complain, but I've mentioned the fact that it took me 2 years to get an Apocalypse. I will say I got a Spitfire the very first day I got into T7. It was the first T7 club that I started playing with. And it went in my bag almost immediately. I think it was like level 2 and it went in my bag. As soon as it got to the one, I think it gets to 120 at like level 2 or 3. It gets way up there. It went in my bag immediately. Just because of that distance. No dice. 1, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Let's see if we can get a gold chest on there. I'll have enough to when I go to bed tonight. Before I go play tomorrow. I'll play till I get another gold chest. Cycling cards. Which cards? We got no idea. Oh, sorry about that. I was walking and I flipped the screen on you. You guys went upside down. Okay, so last time I didn't go out far enough. I was right about there. I'm going to go out. See where that next transition line is out there? I'm going to go right with the middle of my yellow in that. Take the wind out. I didn't quite get all of it, but I did catch the fairway this time. And so I need to come in about a ring and a half, 2 rings, and I'm not sure if there's enough room at the top up here. If I come in enough so that I can clear that peninsula and actually run up this fairway. In order to do that, I'd end up getting closer to the sand. So that bounce that was right here in front of the sand is the one to look at to see how close it was. If I have enough room to come in like 2 rings, because it'll take like 2 rings to clear that little peninsula where I ended up. I had to actually take that shot with my finger. Jeez. Oh, I'm going to get to take the shot again. Excellent. Fantastic. Okay, so I was on that line and I need to come in just a little. I'm going to come in about half a ring. Take the wind out. So I'm trying to standardize this shot with the last one. The wind will affect it differently, but by taking it out, you're at least addressing it. Still too far out. And I'd have to come in quite a bit. I have to go back and watch that video myself just to see what it did, because I still can't remember the second shot. I saw it land, but I wasn't paying attention to it. My opponent is having a difficult time of it. Looks like they went from sand to the sand to the sand. There's max. There's max. So there's mid. So we're in that 8 per ring range. So a little less than a ring. 7/8 of a ring. Hitting it perfect. We'll see if I got my wind adjustment right. Just a little too much of a pull. Which way was the wind blowing? The wind pushed me off, so it wasn't quite enough of a pull. And that club's not actually 2 per ring. It should be like 2.2 per ring or 2. So on a pull that big, there would have been a little bit more of an adjustment to make. Mm-hmm. Went to a shootout. If I can get my device plugged in. Before I completely run out of power. since I walked outside. Sorry about that. It's a draw. All I remember on this hole is that it depends on where your red line's at on how you can come at it. So if you've got a big enough ball, you can get down to the bottom. But if you've got a smaller ball and your red line's like where ours is, you either hit from the top or you hit over here from the side. And if I have to pull over that sand, I usually hit over the side. Like if it's a pure headwind, and try to bring it around. If I have tailwind like this, I'll hit it from the top. And I'm definitely doing a 30% wind adjustment. I don't even know where my opponent was. Where's my red line? Down here pretty low. Five, four. Let's say a 40% wind adjustment. That'd be 2. That'd be 6-4. Isn't it perfect? Isn't it perfect? Let's see if a 40% wind adjustment was right. And it got me in the vicinity. I don't even know what they shot, so I don't know if that won or not. What did they shoot? A 10.85. That's what I'm talking about. You don't have to be, if you can't be good, be lucky. Platinum chest. Oh my gosh. I have to end right there. I get so many of those Tour 3 platinum chests. I get them in tournaments. And so to get a Tour 7 platinum chest, that'll give me a little bit more. We got 39, 50, 60, 70, 80, 105 common cards. That's a lot. Common cards are the only ones that we're looking for anymore. If you have your clubs, if you don't have your common clubs maxed out, you need to get them maxed out. And if they're maxed out, you need to keep them. You need to keep an inventory. It's hard to build up. So like if you've got an account that once it starts getting some clubs maxed out, you need to step up just a little and play a little bit more on that so that you can maintain. So every day you can do that prism chest. Every freaking day you can get another common card, 300 cards. You can swap out 300 on one to another. So once you get your first one maxed out, you'll very quickly be able to get all of your commons maxed out. And then you're really playing. I'd like to hear from some of you about that, because some of you are just now getting your common cards, or if you've only got your common cards, like how fast are you being able to upgrade your cards? You should comment on here so that everybody can kind of see where you're at. All right, that was just a little bit of T7. Thanks for watching.